Mike Perlack here to entertain you with the help of what I guess started out as a silly kid song. Jeremiah was a poop bro, was a good friend of mine. Never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. All right, I'll get right into it. Pick one. An aging female entitled college graduate, or a young, fertile, friendly, maybe a little bit naive female. I think most men would pick the latter. Yes, sir. House full of 40 cats and loads of boxed wine in the pantry. That is the future for most successful women in Western society, thanks to modern feminism. And I've seen evidence of this every day I work at that second job. Aging females coming in there buying freaking $100 worth of wine and God, I see evidence of this every day in my everyday life. It's already happening in Oriental societies. These perceived successful women, at least in the sense of money, they can pay their own bills. Whoop-de-doo. Fine, but you know what? It's fine by me. I've stated on this channel before. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with modern feminism because modern feminism freed us guys. Prison 90% of the women in this world, but because 90% of the women in this world do not do well on their own. You know, there's some unicorns that are like men that just be happy with their hobbies, whatever. But 90% of them, you take away that masculine leadership, whether it's a father, a husband, or some kind of mentor in the form of a teacher or something. Statistically speaking, they just don't do as well as, because us guys are used to, having no choice to be on our own. I think it's funny. I find it mildly humorous to me. I have notes all over my house reminding me to do stuff and take care of things. And I think you hear these married guys say, "Oh yeah, I don't have to worry. My wife will remind me, whatever." So I guess for me, a wife is obsolete. I'm not necessarily interested in a wife for this purpose. I mean, if I had a wife and she reminded me to do things or reminded me of things I needed to remember in the day in and that day out of, love for me based on her own God-given liberty, well, I'd probably appreciate it. But the reality is why I have all these notes around reminding me to do stuff, because I work 2 jobs. If I forget to do something, it's going to cost me one way or the other, usually in time. It's going to cost me. It's like running a successful business. You want to avoid wasting time. What would be more important than running the business of your life, your day in and day out life? That's why I have these notes, because I know if I forget to do something, it's going to cost me. It's going to cost me time, money, something I can't afford, 2 commodities I can't afford. Or commodities. Speaking of wasting time, this is the one exercise I do at night, even though I'm dog tired. I'm going to do it while I continue making this video. This exercise is actually good. Especially since my car accident. It's good for my shoulders and back. But since my car accident, this regular bench press, and then whatever I do with dumbbells, this definitely helps since my car accident. Since the front end loader took the roof of my car off years ago, and by God's grace, not my head. But yeah. But it's amazing to me how much water I need to drink, and non-processed quality meat I have to eat to maintain functionality, to work 2 jobs, and take care of a house inside and out, and still make time for working out. But for me, my dreams of family life, and all that, with each passing day, I know the odds go down, especially this day and age, the time we're living in, the time we are living in. So the statistics are on my side. Most men don't. Most men in this world don't have their dreams of family and fatherhood come true. So I guess I am the majority in that department. But with each passing day, I know the odds go down every day of that happening for me. But I'm okay with it. I'm not like these people in this world. Like, I know my baby loves me. You make sure I always have my beer and cigarettes. Well, that may be okay for some, but I want more out of myself, out of life, out of a significant other. I won't settle for an insignificant other, I'll tell you that. But working these 2 jobs, see, this is the first time in my life working this hard, this long, but in a way it has helped me, because I had a health issue. I was trying to figure out, what the hell am I doing wrong? What's going on here? Without going into resorting to nasty dialogue or anything, I had a health issue I was working on. Since I started this second job, I had less time to cook. So as a result of that, I was consuming too much processed meat, lunch meat, etc., etc. And after further research, in addition to that, I figured out there is a correlation between one's activity level and the number of bathroom trips in a day. And I'm glad I figured this out. I had to make the time to cook steak and chicken and stuff. I had to. So now I just throw steak, chicken, whatever in the oven from the moment I wake up, and then I go and I have an incline bench in my bedroom, or I do sit-ups, and then I get dressed and wash up, get dressed, all that stuff. So that meat is cooking while I'm doing all that, and I had to do it. I had to, with the working 2 jobs and everything. But I'm glad I figured it out, because I was spending too much time in the bathroom. I'm glad I figured it out. This is normally my Lex watching time. That's why I moved this in the living room, so I can strength train while I watch Lex. But I decided to not watch Lex tonight so I can make a video. But it is getting pretty close to sleep time. I want to do this a few more reps, or sets rather, and they can focus more if I'm not recording. So it is sleep time, but that does remind me, I just want to end this one with a bit of a dialogue related to my car accident years ago. Yeah, it's sleep time, but that does remind me. Years ago, at my first job, as part of the health and wellness, we had a meeting about helping people to fall asleep. And they talked about all kinds of things, meditation, warm milk, and different vitamins and chemicals and all this stuff, etc., etc. But to my amazement, not one word was said about cranking one out. I mean, that was the worst part for me, being in the hospital for a few nights after my car accident. I mean, there I was, a fractured spine, in a back brace, couldn't see my feet or anything else in that direction, knowing, it was time to go to sleep, knowing what needed to occur for sleep to happen. And it's not like I could ask the nurse for a helping hand. But I was thinking in retrospect, what if I did? What if I did? I'm pretty sure I guess I could have, but I'm pretty sure that would have backfired on me one way or another. Here's one scenario I pictured the way it could have gone. Patient needs specific care in room 107. Paging nurse Lyle. the only nighttime nurse who specialized in this field. Gee, I wonder why. This guy Lyle, Nurse Lyle, will walk in the room. Why, hello. I understand there's a situation here. No, Nurse Lyle, the issue has dissipated from the moment you walked in the room. Oh, don't be like that. There's no shame. It's my job. It's what I do. Why, just an hour ago, I was in room 55 with a patient, a very eager gentleman. Okay, Nurse Lyle, I'm going to stop you right there. I don't want to hear about your adventures with the patient in room 55. Thank you. I told you the issue is no longer an issue for me. Well, all right, I won't push you on the matter. If you need anything else, you just press the call button. And if your issue should rise again, and you need my services, all you have to do is press the call button in a special way. Allow me to give you the secret sequence. No thanks there, Nurse Lyle. I don't need to know the secret sequence. Well, okay. It's okay. We put it to music so it's easy to remember. While the patient in room 55 has been writing a symphony based on it all week long while in recovery. And the next morning, I get a knock at the door of my room at the hospital. Go away, Nurse Lyle. I'm good. I'm Nurse Amy. Nurse Lyle left a while ago with a patient who was long overdue for release. Nurse Amy, this patient wouldn't happen to be the patient from room 55, would it? How did you know? I took a wild guess. I'm glad Nurse Lyle found himself a friend. And although I never did get a chance to meet the eager gentleman patient in room number 55, I hope his symphony attracts worldwide recognition. Mike Paralak, thank you for your time. I'm trying to reach the off button from here. Almost there.